I'd like to welcome everybody to Heartful. If you're new to the channel, just be aware that this is not a channel where we analyze daily news and look at what's happened during the day and then do a long video about what we think of it. This is a channel where we take action based on the problems that we're facing in South Africa. So, for example, since I posted that video about taking the ANC government to the ICJ, the support that I got is so overwhelming that the people that have reached out to me, it's been amazing, and I really appreciate that. So I just want to give a bit of updates, and I'll break this down into three sections so that we don't waste time discussing daily news. So welcome to anybody who's watching this channel for the first time. Like I said, this channel is about action. We identify the problems, we take action on those problems. It's not a reaction podcast at all. And then secondly, I'd like to thank all the subscribers who have come through. I mean, we over 3,500 subscribers now in a matter of 3 weeks. And that's really, really, really appreciated. This chair keeps going down. I don't know what's going on. And people that have joined Heartfall channel as members. I was actually shocked by that. So I really appreciate that there are people out there who believe in the message so much that they've become members of Heartful. I wanted to put that up front so that you know how much I appreciate you guys. Because if we are going to do anything of material, anything of purpose, we have to support the missions that make sense. So, and that's covered now. So what I wanted to also touch on is, I'm also aware of the news, the arrest that happened in the airport, at the airport OR Tambo, where there was 30 people who were smuggled into the country. I think there's 15 Ethiopians and 15 people from Bangladesh. And it got me thinking that, can you imagine how much human trafficking happens in our country on a daily basis? People can go through an airport. Can you imagine the human trafficking, the drug smuggling, the gun smuggling that happens in our country on a daily basis? We don't even know how many people are in South Africa illegally doing illegal activities and building illegal networks. And it's really, really scary stuff. And, anybody who watches this channel knows that I've got absolutely no respect to the structures that we have in the country to deal with the issue of crime. So I wanted to put that up front to say, every day, whether you're reading the news or you're watching the news, something reminds us that we don't have any law and order. Something reminds us that the lawlessness that is taking place in our country cannot be taken lightly. So that's the first one. First one is thank you. And as we keep supporting each other on this mission to take the ANC government to ICJ and exploring all sorts of avenues, we will be able to get somewhere. Okay, number two is just to give you an update on the case itself. So a lot has happened this week. That video was made on Wednesday about taking the ANC government to ICJ. And since then, it has been so overwhelming. And, it takes me back. And I was thinking to myself, wow, there are so many South Africans out there who have all these issues they have that are bottled in and they don't know what to do. But as a group, as people, if we can come together and do something, we can get it done, regardless of race. We can get it done. Because we have to make sure that we can get to a point in this country where every citizen is protected, whether it's a child in the street of Soweto, Ivory Park, Diepsloot, or it's a farmer in the Northwest. Everybody deserves to be protected because that's what the Constitution dictates. So just a quick update. I'm not going to bore you with the details. So the website, the domain is done now, heartfall.org.za. And this weekend now, we're just going to be populating it with content, making sure that there's ways you can go through what the plan is, what we've done, and how you can contribute. And also, I have quite a few meetings with one senior council advocate that reached out that I'm going to be seeing. And there's a lot of people who are suggesting other organizations that are doing a similar thing. And I think the one that I've reached out to, when they gave me more information about what they're doing, it was much broader. I want to deal with the issue of the crime levels we have in South Africa. The crime levels that we have in South Africa are definitely a human rights situation. That's what I want to focus on, the crime. Because another thing that I think about is that you cannot solve any other problem in South Africa. You cannot have anything that moves forward without dealing with the issue of lawlessness. We have to deal with it. We have to confront it upfront. So that's what's happening with the case. We have to have updates so that we know what we're doing. So when all of those things are done, I want the website to go live on Monday, and I will let you know how to navigate it, and we can take it from there. So number 3 is that the plans for Gat4 for the first quarter of 2026 will be an awareness campaign. This awareness campaign is reaching out to every township and every suburb in the province of Gauteng. That's what we're going to be starting for 3 months, 90 days, so that we can spread the message of why we are doing what we're doing and what the mission is. And I think that is important because there are so many areas of our country, areas of our province, areas of our municipalities where people have resigned themselves from the idea of fighting back. So we need to talk to young people. You know, the voting age population that we have in Gauteng alone is probably between 6 million and 8 million of young people who are of voting age. We need to educate them, make them understand the weight of their decisions when it comes to voting. How does the voting system work? Why you cannot take it for granted? Why it's important that the government is held accountable. That awareness campaign will be called the Heartful Awareness Campaign. The idea is to reach out to every person possible in the province of Gauteng in the first quarter so that they can understand what we're doing. If we're in Diepsloot, we are spreading the message, talking to young people. If we're in Four Ways, we are talking to young people who have also resigned themselves from voting and being involved in the political arena. And we are talking to people who can contribute to the mission so we can move it forward. You know, it's quite shameful that, you know, when you're having an awareness campaign in South Africa at the moment, you also have to have a security budget, which is unreal, but it's got to be done. So the idea of the awareness campaign is to make sure that we make individuals and young people at large aware of what this case is all about, why we are doing what we're doing, and how they can get involved, and how it affects them. We have to pass that message across because we normally on social media we talk past each other. It's like entertainment now, where we are talking about very, very serious South African problems, and it's just entertainment value. Nobody takes a step. So because South Africa is such a busy country, we are dealing with these people at the airport today, or at Tambo, who were arrested, and everybody's talking about what happened 2 days ago with the 100 passports that were found with money inside it. And then tomorrow there'll be something else. Sunday there'll be something else, and we just keep going. But we need to take a step back and say, fine, we have a crime problem. We have women being violated every day in our country. We have open borders. We have a murder rate that nobody should accept. We have hijackings, we have kidnappings. What are we doing about that? And other podcasts, which are wonderful and great and so important, can deal with the issue of spreading the message of how they analyze the information, what we can do with their words and their skills. But with Heartful, we are going to take action. We have a problem in front of us. We discuss how we're going to approach it and do it. So that is what I wanted to cover on a Friday like this. And maybe we'll have 1 or 2 videos over the weekend to talk about something else. But going into the coming week that ends on the 12th of December, when I end on the 12th of December with the process and the cost to the process and what we'll be doing in the following week. I'm not taking time off. If it means I'm working on Christmas Day to make things happen, we're doing so. We can go into 2026 with a plan. 2026 starts, we are on the road. So I want to thank everybody again for subscribing and becoming members of the Heartful community. I really appreciate that. And the response that I got for me is the motivation for me. The response that I have, the comments that I have are so overwhelming that I have people praying for me, and it's really great. And I have people giving me advice. I have people reaching out. I have people that I know who have watched the videos, and they call me and say, Mike, I'm here. I'll help you with it. I know when you focus on something, you'll get it done. I'm here behind you 100%. So thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll get updates in the next week. Until then, stay safe.